overall, have you achieved goals pretty much that y'all were looking at, 10 years past, thinking this is where you would be, and going forward, your goals?
Oh yeah, just did I know where it would be at this point? Am I just
Going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea I'd still be doing these nerd videos in the year 2010. And actually, the video coming out this week, I believe, is one that was on the list for a really long time, and then this actually shows that, because I think it was around the time I did the Roger Rabbit video, which was like the 4th video. At that point, I was like looking through a ton of NES games, just thinking of like ones that I wanted to do, and I came up with this huge list of like all games I eventually want to do. But I was just looking, I was like, there's no way I'll ever be able to do all those. And one of them I came across was Street Fighter 2010. And I was just like, you know what? In the year 2010, if I'm still doing these videos, I'll do that. What do you know? Here we are. So it's happening. The year we made contact.
Actually, I have 3 questions. All right, first, are there any games that you really hate that everyone else really likes besides Castlevania 2? Second question, vice versa of that, where you really like a game and they all hate it, and let's say the third after those 2.
Okay. Are there any games that I hate that everybody else loves, and vice versa?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Really, I'm trying to think. What's a game everybody? I can't really think of a game everybody. Final Fantasy 7. You know, I never really played it too much, like, so maybe that's a good answer, but it doesn't mean I hate it. It just means when PlayStation came out, I was still holding off for the Nintendo 64. I wish I didn't. Like, I wish I would have went PlayStation instead, I think. But there's a lot of really big games that came out on PlayStation that I didn't get a chance to play until many years later. Like, I remember like the Metal Gear Solid games. I never got to play them until like way later. Symphony of the Night, one of the greatest Castlevania games. Didn't get to play that until many years later. Final Fantasy 7. There's a lot of good games on PlayStation that I kind of missed on. As far as a game that everybody hates, I think I would say Super Mario Brothers 2 on NES, like the American one, because
everybody still loves that.
Yeah, what sucks about it is that they didn't give us the real Mario 2. So looking back in perspective, that part of it sucks. As a game itself, I still think it's pretty good. So.
Real Mario 2 is terrible, though.
Oh yeah, the Japanese one. Yeah, I know it is a very hard game. So. I don't know. All the way in the back there.
Yeah, in all your older videos, you would like pretty much stick to only reviewing the games, but in like the more recent ones, you would go into more like gimmicky things, kind of like with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, you kind of in that and all that. And how did you decide to like delve into that?
It was like a very big tribute to the movie as well. So sometimes when there's a movie game, which I do a lot of that, like games that are based off of movies, then it gives me a chance to kind of steer it towards the movie side of things a little bit, so I kind of get to do both sometimes. Hey, away in the back there.
On the topic of movie games, what is your suggested method, I'm losing my words, suggested method for disposing of an ET cartridge?
Suggested method of disposing of an ET cartridge. Throw it back into that fucking landfill. I don't know. Do we have a question for Kyle?
Yeah.
Hey.
I got a bunch. Kyle, actually, you were talking a little bit on how you created the theme. Did you come up with the whole thing and then kind of bounce it off James, or like what kind of lines ended up coming first, or did the melody without the words come first? Like, what was?
I think I remember the line that came first. I don't know if we're gonna agree because it was a while ago, so I'm not certain. Do you remember what line came first?
I think the first lines were the ones that came from the videos. It was like
yeah. But to tie that together, I think I remember it being "He's gonna take you back to the past" as being the first line written, and then the first new line written, because the other stuff was obviously just taken off message board and stuff. So we got the funniest ones, and just kind of made it make sense. And it, sounds ridiculous, but it does make sense. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And also real quick, are you much of a gamer? Like, I mean, we've heard a lot of James's favorite games. Like, do you have some favorites?
I mean, the last system I owned was the Super Nintendo. What's that?
You went out with a bang then.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not a huge gamer now. I do play once in a while. I'm more so they've gotten so intense. Like I used to go over his house a lot, and he would play the new Zelda on the Wii, and I just watch him and kind of tell him what to do. But it was like too many buttons for me now, and you know. But it was like watching a movie. I mean, I'm really impressed with it. So I like looking at the technology and kind of having fun looking at it and watching him play some of those newer games. But no, I don't play it as much.
You know, in a way, I think I kind of went out with the Super Nintendo a little bit too, because after the Super Nintendo, I was like waiting for the Nintendo 64, the Nintendo Ultra 64 was going to be, and I was waiting for Killer Instinct. That was the game I wanted on it. So it was like a long way. I kept getting delayed, and then finally came out, but it was only in Japan for like a little while, and finally came out here. And by the time that happened, like the launch titles was like Super Mario 64, you know, but in some ways, I feel like what I was really waiting for, and it didn't actually happen, you know. Hey.
So, what do you think about the new Super Mario Brothers for Wii?
It was pretty cool. I actually beat it on New Year's Eve. I went to a party, and I think that day they were playing it at like level 4, and then I jumped in around like level 5 or 6 or something, and then we played it till the end. And the New Year was coming up, so we beat it like 15 minutes right before midnight, and so the pressure was on. We got to beat it before 2010, and then we beat it, and it was a really awesome game.
I mean, it gets kind of hard though when you're playing with multiple people. Like,
Yeah.
you get in the way, and like it kind of gets annoying. But I really like how they took, you know, from Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and Super Mario World into Super Mario. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool, and it is hard sometimes. Like with the platforms are kind of small, and you get really cramped
And I like
sometimes.
jumping on people's heads.
Yeah, using them as a trampoline and stuff.
If possible, can we hear the Ninja Turtles rant?
The Ninja Turtles ran. Cowabunga. Cow a fucking piece of dog shit. This game is as appealing as a dirty, ooze-infested, dirty fucking sewer rat shit. I'd rather have my balls ripped out and shoved up a warthog's asshole than sucking fucks. It fucking sucks. It fucking blows. It's a piece of shit, and I don't like it.
Alright, I have a strange question. I'm sorry if somebody else has asked. What's your favorite game?
Favorite game? I don't know. It's tough. I would say maybe something on Super Nintendo. I'd say the one that I really got involved in a lot was actually I'm going to point out 3 of them. Actually, it was Zelda: Link to the Past, Final Fantasy VI, and Chrono Trigger. Who did I get? I didn't get you. Derek, what's up?
Yeah, a couple quick questions. One, you didn't say anything about Drag Me to Hell. What were your thoughts on that?
Oh, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really cool.
How many hours did you usually put into playing the games you were doing when you had a day job and after you did?
Okay. Before, basically just specifically how many hours I put into the game, not so much the whole video. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I put, I think when I did, I gave up on a lot of them way quicker before. Like the Back to the Future one, I probably spent like 15 minutes on or something. The Turtles one, I gave it a pretty good shot, I guess, but I didn't really play it too long. A lot of them are only like an hour at most, or maybe a couple hours. Now, sometimes it could be like I remember those Zelda CDI games. It took me like 7 hours each to play. That was a nightmare. Actually, the Street Fighter 2010 one took maybe like 5 hours or something to play that. So, yeah, definitely I push myself more now on the games than I did back then. I remember when I did the Karate Kid video, which was like the 3rd video I did, I was like dying on purpose a lot. Like I was just trying to demonstrate what happens. But now now I'm like, all right, I don't want to do that anymore. If I'm going to die in the game, I want to die for real, like when I'm really trying, and then use the real thing. So, you know, that's what I do now. Hey, yeah, with the camera.
One of actually, a collection of my favorite videos is when you reviewed all the Godzilla movies. Kind of a
cool.
guilty pleasure. What's your favorite?
Oh, the Godzilla-thon, like all the Godzilla movies. Well, there's actually, technically there's like 3 Godzilla series, you know, like twice they've sort of rebooted and started again. Of like the second one in the 90s, I think I liked Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. That one was really good. With the time travel and everything, you know.
I noticed you have a lot of game systems and whatnot at your house. What is your stance on emulation?
Emulation. I mean, I never use it because I have all the games. I don't have to use it, so. Hey.
What was the hardest game that you played that you beat that had the most disappointing ending to it?
Hardest game I beat that had the most disappointing ending. Transformers on the Famicom.
With all the different antics and stunts you do in the video, like getting your face painted by Bugs Bunny, what was your biggest, I guess, what the hell are we doing moment? I mean, there are a lot of really crazy things that you do. Which one did you just stand back and say, what the hell are we doing here?
I think maybe The Wizard of Oz, where Mike is the lion. When he was dressed up like the lion, you couldn't even look at him straight. It was so
I was wondering if you had any future projects with the Nostalgia Critic plan.
for now, no, but he's a good guy. He's great to work with. Way in the back.
What's the newest gaming system you'll do game reviews for?
The newest game system that I'll do game reviews for?
Yeah, because you're all out.
So, I don't know, maybe like, it seems like Nintendo 64 to me is kind of like the end of the retro thing. Like, I usually don't go above and beyond that unless I feel like it's really necessary. So it's probably mostly going to be, you know, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all that kind of stuff. Somewhere else with that, yeah, you
Get some girls. Got some girls, but not a lot of them are asking questions.
Hey, you're all the way in the back there.
I just have a little problem with this. It's kind of a sad thing to admit. When you get a really frustratingly hard game that is, you know, frustrating to the point where you're like, why does it need to be this hard at the beginning of the game? You still don't know how to play. Have you ever snapped the controller in half or thrown it against the wall? And if so, how many times?
Probably. You mean like not in the videos, like in real life?
Yeah, when you're not actually acting, like have you actually ever just thrown a tantrum and been like, ah?
Probably. I'm sure as when I was a kid, I did it all the time. I think one time I was really mad. I like took a game and I like just threw it on the floor, and my dad goes, "I got a hammer. You want me to smash it?" And I was like no. So now, what do you know? Now I really am smashing things for families.
The games that you review are always notoriously bad, but have you ever had a fan letter that's like an angry letter of people saying, "Oh, I enjoyed this game so much. Why would you say it's bad?" Blah blah blah. I mean, for the record, I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear, but you definitely changed my perspective on the American War and that review. So.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, I get everything. I get everything you can imagine.
So there are fans of LJ.
I don't know, that's going a little far. I don't even think LJN are fans with LJN. Way in the back there?
Are you going to continue your board game series?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What's your next one?
Well, I don't really want to reveal it because then it would kind of just spoil it. The next one's going to be really short, actually, because I've been trying to do another one for months now, and I just have not had time. So the next one's going to be similar to the first Mousetrap one, and then the next one after that, maybe we'll get back with motherfucking Mike and get crazy again. Hey, what's up?
In the Volume 2 DVD, I somehow came across a picture of you with Donald Duck photoshopped in your face and singing and Donald Duck singing the AT&T.
You found the Easter egg. Congratulations.
Yes. That is fun.
It's kind of an inappropriate question, but I just watched your video on the Atari porn.
Okay.
Did you have those Atari games before the review, or did you collect them?
Of course he had them.
How is that inappropriate, though?
They are inappropriate games.
Oh, yeah. There's actually, I swear to God, there's one of them that the game is like gay porn, and it's an Atari game. I guess. What? Yes, but I did not have it when I did the video though. But now I do, and I don't really know what to do because it's such a weird thing in the game. And it's maybe it's called Sneak and Peek. And I don't know. There's two guys playing hide and seek, and they clearly like have their dicks out. So I don't know what's going on. That's a real game. And there's also a game on 3DO that's just called Sex. And I'm like, I have to figure out what this game is. And I thought it'd be like Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, something like that. But no, it's actual just porn on a 3DO disc.
Yeah, Kyle. So, you know, obviously, I think I've seen you mention before that doing the avgn theme has really given you like more exposure from people. I guess how much more exposure would you say it's given you? Have you ever been like recognized on the street?
I don't think I've ever been recognized on the street. Like, I don't wear this hat all the time, and I don't wear this jacket all the time. I do like both these items, but I don't wear them all the time. When I don't wear them, I think I probably look a little different. Plus, I'm not always with James. So, you know, it's a little more recognizable when we're both together. As far as exposure, it's definitely given more exposure. And in the beginning, I was almost a little like afraid to mix my styles a little different with James's style. I wasn't sure how people would take it, and some people can be really, rough or whatever, So I wasn't sure, but looking back on it, it's like I don't give a shit. So yeah, I'm gonna give more exposure. I think as I continue, it's gonna give more exposure, and then you just let people know you do something else, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't.
Have you ever gotten any sort of other opportunity? Like someone goes, "Oh, I heard you on avgn. Would you do X, Y, project or something?"
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely helped get gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take you.
It's a really fast two-part. Have you ever had a chance to play the Ghostbusters on PS3 or Xbox by any chance?
Yeah. I actually did a quick review of the Xbox one, like a casual one, like as myself.
Well, the other part of that is, did you ever look at the computer screen up in Egon's lab?
It's the original end screen from the. Yeah, I mean, somebody had to tell me that because I've been told that through email, but I've never actually. Like when I look at it in the game, I'm like, wow, that's really tiny. That could be anything. So I don't know how somebody discovered it, but now that I know what it is, it's pretty funny that it's there.
Because I saw it immediately flash right back to the review where you pointed out all the.
Yeah. The end. It's truly the worst end screen ever.
We're winging it. I've heard of it.
He's gonna take you back to the past. Play some shitty games and suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo. Take a diarrhea dump in his ear. Rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll be upstairs doing autographs.